Hey there, friends! I'm gonna watch Cinderella's Castle, and I'm so excited! I've been so good because I had hoped and dreamed that I could do a reaction series to it one day, so I didn't watch it. So I've been going 7 months without watching the new Star Kid musical, which is a lot for me. And staying spoiler free, besides like the plot of Cinderella. But I hoped maybe one day anyone would care about my feelings about a musical, and then magically now people do a little bit. I got my little group here that do care about my feelings about musicals, which is really cool. It makes me really happy. Cause that's a thing that I love a lot that I don't really talk much about in my life. Like, I'm known as being the film nerd. I'm not really known as being like, I also love musicals. So it's kind of fun that now I have this little outlet to talk a lot about a passion of mine that I don't really get to discuss much. So it's so fun. I just love it so much. I love reading your guys. I'm terrible at commenting on them, but I read everyone's comments. I love everyone's insight on stuff. It's so cool. My feelings on Cinderella in general, hilariously, because I just did Into the Woods. I don't care much. I mean, I have a friend who's really obsessed with Cinderella. So, like, my feelings on Cinderella are kind of neutral on the story itself. I've never read the original story, so I'm sure there might be some references to it. I'm not going to get them. I'm just not, so I want to warn people up front. I've seen, the Disney version, and oh boy. And I just watched a very, very messed up version last month that was scarring, to say the least. If you like extreme horror, go ahead on Shudder and watch The Ugly Stepsister, but oh, I cannot stress enough how disgusting it is. Anyway, back on track. So yeah, and here's my feelings on Star Kids, the Star Kid production group. I just looked this up. This is very disturbing to me. I have been a fan of theirs for, I guess, about 15 years. Because I don't remember how I stumbled on a Harry Potter musical. I forget, but I watched that, and I remember whenever I came into knowing about them, they were crowdfunding or just started crowdfunding for Starship. So from that point on, I watched all their stuff. I think the only ones I have not seen are Annie, because I just didn't really have any desire to, and I haven't seen Nightmare Time, which I'm sure I'll love because I love the Hatchetfield trilogy. After all these years of being a fan of theirs, honestly, my two favorite shows are Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals and Nerdy Prudes Must Die. I've seen them live twice. I got to see the Apocalypse Tour, and I got to see Black Friday live, which was amazing. I still kick myself that I just thought Nerdy Prudes Must Die sounded silly, so I didn't bother pursuing to go see it when I still lived in LA, and I'm forever angry at myself for that, but so it goes. So anyway, yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. I wouldn't say I'm like a psycho fan, so I don't know if I'll know like the names of every single cast member, but I've seen all their stuff. I know most of the songs of all their shows. I enjoy them quite a bit. I really love this, from the bits I've seen of this fandom. I haven't delved in deep. I'm sure there's horror shows, but I really like that the person who stars in this as Cinderella, someone I think she was in Nightmare Time, but I know she was in Nerdy Prudes, and her voice is amazing. She was the FBI agent and one of the nerds. She was, her voice is gorgeous. But I really like that it seems like in this community, whenever there's a new Star Kid, like a new person joins, everyone's just like, yay, a new person! And it's very welcoming, and I've just always really liked that vibe. I think it's super cool. I also know Kurt Meig's got a decent part in this, which is great, because I feel like I always want to hear him sing more. Here's another thing. I have not seen Spies of Forever, which I know is not Star Kid, it's Tin Can Bros, but I have not seen, which I know is him singing a lot, but I haven't seen it. But anytime he sings, I think he's got a purty voice. So anyway, all that to say, I'm excited. I know there's puppets. Big fan of puppets. So, let's go. Yes, I stopped 10 seconds in. Have you met me? Of course I do. I love that it opens with a book, and I don't know if the book will open, but that's such a great throwback to all the old Disney films that did that. It was always so cute when they did that. I have little, I have pins that are in the shape of those books, and I know they did really beautiful journals. I used to work at Disneyland. I think I've mentioned that many times probably, but I remember how much I love those journals. I bought a couple of them, even for movies I wasn't a big fan of, just because I love owning things that look like replicas from a film, as opposed to like, I'm always a big fan of buying things that look in universe. So they did one for like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella, which were the big ones, but they also did one for Robin Hood, because I did open with one. Pinocchio did, and then I don't think, unless I'm misremembering, which I might be, did Sword in the Stone? I don't remember. I don't think one did again until Enchanted, but I just always think it's very cute. And with the little velvet behind it, I know Snow White's had like, I think blue velvet behind it. It's just very cute. Very great little throwback to some old classic Disney, where a lot of us would know these fairy tales first from.
There's a castle on a hill, as the story goes, and there's secrets in the stone across the moon. In the halls the shadows creep. Are they echoes in the keep? Or are they ghosts? Or are they ghosts? Let's go.
Jeff Blim is always so beautifully extra. I really like the hanging things. That is a really cool way to show this like castle in the far distance. That's really clever, actually. It reminds me of the bits I've seen of the Groundhog Day musical, where they have a rotating stage in the center, so that every time the day starts again, because Groundhog Day, it's a repeated day, this thing would rotate and you'd see like what looked like a tiny version of the town, so you're far away as the town rotates, and then you're back into him in bed. So it's just a really cool thing of just like really simple, because you know they don't have huge budgets. Actually, no, they do. They make quite a bit on their crowdfunding stuff, but you can always tell that they put a lot of what they get, if not all of it, just right onto the stage. Jeff Blim, I think, is great. I think he gets a lot of a bad rap for giving himself songs where he can sing super high. Yes, he does have that kind of rocker 80s voice, but hey, if you can do it, I guess go ahead. He's also, I mean, like, he does the music, and I think he's great. AJ Holmes was always, I'm a huge fan of his for, like, Twisted, I think is some of their best songs they ever did. I think the script of Twisted's okay, but I think the songs are phenomenal. But Jeff Blim, especially Nerdy Prudes, I thought that was just such a great step up for the music. Oh my god, it was so good. So I love the idea of him being like, I don't know, like a narrator type character. It looks gorgeous. I like the short hair. I love the eyeliner, but I think he's fantastic. Anyway, this is probably getting a lot of just people going like, I like this person. I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
Through a secret passageway where shadows dance and play, you gotta buy wonder. You gotta buy wonder. In the realm of fantasy, it's sort of a factory for stories that shatter and who really loved her. Let's go! There's a castle on a hill, as the story goes, and it watches over us from across the moat. There are tales in those walls. Are they true or are they tall? I need to know. Comedy or tragedy, will it ever after happily? You're starting to wonder. Yeah, you're starting to wonder. A queen in his vanity, a beast in his agony. Is he outnumbered? Will the king...
I love the little couple sitting there and the choreography telling the story. I don't know who did the choreography on this. I know Lauren Lopez has done quite a few in the past. I'm curious. Lauren Lopez, so talented, love her. I'm curious on what people's opinions are on camera work and pro shots, because I'm mixed about it. I think that you can do some really interesting stuff with it. They did quite a few in Next to Normal, in the pro shot for that, where, you know, when things were really chaotic and we would be on stage with them and it would be very like we were kind of up in it and it would be sort of overwhelming, and I thought that was really good. Every so often though, I kind of just want them to pull back and just show the full thing so I can be as if I were just there and could see all the choreography. Because I remember for the Hamilton one, there were certain, because I've seen Hamilton live, I knew there were certain choreography things that were kind of cut because of the close-ups. So I don't know. Obviously this one was shot, I'm sure it's a combination of one they just shot for an audience because they I think they do those digital tickets, and then they probably for certain shots just went in and did it just with the camera. But I don't know, part of it was just they would back up so I can kind of see everything, but so it goes. I think they started doing that in like, I guess there's a little of it in Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, but I feel like the biggest one that really started that was Black Friday, where suddenly you had the camera like up on like the stage more.
Shun her. If they let the drawbridge down, maybe we can spy just a glimpse of the stockades in their design. Who sits upon a throne? Will they draw a sword from stone to decide? Will they let us inside? There's a castle on a hill, that's the story goes. Jesus from its moonlit tower, and its archers draw their bows across the moat. And for the fortress, I worship its sheer size. For the balance it must hide, I need to know. Will I ever know? Will I ever know?
Head shake. I always love watching Joey's expressions. Director's expressions are always aces. I kind of like that for all of their shows, we can always see the band. I just think it kind of, I don't mind that they don't hide them. I think it's kind of nice. It just, I don't know. There's something about it I really like. I always enjoy looking at the band. It's a weird thing, but so it is. I think it's cool that this is kind of reminding me a little bit of Into the Woods. I'm actually really happy I'm doing this right after Into the Woods because it's almost like a fun kind of double feature for me. But them talking at first, they haven't mentioned anything related to Cinderella, that it's more about archetypes. It's more about, you know, there's a castle on the hill as the story goes. We're talking about tropes. We're talking about fairy tales as a concept and as a, like, you know them all sort of things, which is a great entrance point for the audience, but also talks about, it's one of those like, it's like Hades Town. It's the, you know, it's an old song, we're gonna sing it again. It's like we keep telling ourselves these stories, and I think every version of a fairy tale and adaptation can show another reason why we keep telling these stories and why they can change and adapt but still be relevant. So
Will I ever know? The bridge! The bridge is coming down! There's a castle on a hill as the story goes. And it watches over us from across the moat. Look upon its structure, yeah. There are tales in those walls. Oh, they're tall, they're tall. I need to know. I need to know. Let's go.
Jeff's always such a ham. He's always gotta like kind of half wink at the camera. I've been in love with him since Batman. He was such a great like Joker-esque character. But there we go. That is the only song I've heard before because it was all the promo stuff. So now everything's new.
Thank you. Thank you, lords, ladies, hey folk of all kind. In all the lands that are, there truly is no greater audience than the one here in Bogs Hollow. Let's hear it, Bogs Hollow.
Proper narrator. I like this. We have, of course, the narrator in Into the Woods, but the way he's dressed and the way he's doing it feels very Ren Fair to me. And I love a Ren Fair, and I love going to, I'm a huge fan of different Ren Fair bands. I've seen them even outside of fairs. Like, I follow different performers. I'm a nerd. But there's just something that adds to it that makes me really happy. It's like, you're buying into it. We're all in Bogs Hollow. Okay, remember, guys, it's like we're all... He's getting everyone in the audience to agree to being in this space, and I think that's very, very fun.
Now, do we have any wood elves in the crowd tonight? No? Any gnomes? My first wife was a gnome. It was a short marriage.
This is so
I jest. Let's hear it again for our cast of players.
That's like traveling players. Oh, that's so cute. I like that.
And for our musical accompaniment tonight, the Whippoorwills.
Oh, they have a little name.
We have Matthias Longfellow on the keys. The Wibbler Boys on the strings. Toothless John on the drums. And last but not least, Ragweed Rockhammer of the Dwarven Folk on the woodblock. I said, on the woodblock, dwarf.
I'll hit my block.
Oh god, it looks so good too, and kind of terrifying. Looks very 80s dark fantasy. Oh, creepy. I love this. I also like when, because they do this a bit in Hades Town from clips I've seen. I haven't seen all of Hades Town, but I've seen bits. And also in a, I know I've talked about this, but I don't remember in what video, so apologies if you're hearing this again. But in a version of The Tempest that I saw, directed by Teller from Penn and Teller, they had a band that would play that was up in the rafters above, but you could see them up above the staging, and whenever a giant act of magic would happen, they would play to kind of illustrate the magic going on. All the music was also done by like Tom Waits. It was so good. But like that band's name and like the program and everything, they were called Chaos Magic. I think that stuff's really cool. I kind of like that since they are players, we're watching a play, and we know we're watching a play, that we can see that like, oh, the players are like it's actual puppets here. It's supposed to say in Starship, and we're supposed to ignore the fact there's someone there. So that makes me wonder if there is going to be a specific choice on if anyone's playing multiple characters. So I'm gonna kind of look for that.
Woodblock, dwarf.
I'll hit my block when I'm good and ready. You menfolk are always in such a hurry. We, of the Mountain Kin, like to do things in our own time.
There it is. Tonight, we bring you...
All that stuff I said about not loving the camera close, and that just proved it is good because of how expressive Joey Richter is and how he will put in a full performance even when hiding behind a puppet. You probably couldn't see it as well in the audience. So for that, I am glad we're closer.
A tale full of magic, mystery, music, and monsters. For an age and an age. Now you hit the damn block?
I was ready.
May I begin our story, Master Dwarf?
Not yet. Now.
He's giving a full performance, and this puppet's so old, it almost looks like a younger version of the puppet puppeting this old man.
Thank you. For an age and an age, the house of Ashmore stood proud and strong. And yet, there is no family tree that does not wither, that does not burn. When the flames of ruination swept through the Ashmore clan, they were consumed like so much kindling. The Lady Ashmore was burned at the stake for the crime of witchcraft. Her husband died of consumption, they say, not a fortnight after taking a second wife. Curious. The house of Ashmore was left, poetically enough, in ashes. The last flickering cinder was Ella.
Now I do wonder if Jeff Blim ever did Ren Fair, because Ren Fair vibes and theater vibes are just so close. So close. They overlap a lot. For a good indication, you know who used to be a big-time Ren Fair performer before he got famous? Matthew Lillard. It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh.
Their only daughter, who if peasant gossip could be trusted, was driven mad and mangy with grief.
Mangy? Oh, the lighting is so
I
good.
spend my days knee-deep in pig guts, but fuck all do you stink.
'Twas a crime against the gods. This high-born girl stood in the shop covered in filth, suffering the abuse of some lowly butcher.
Your order's ready, Stinky. Where's your mother?
Her mother is ash on the winds, thank the gods.
Now, I know she is huge from Smosh. I had no idea. I've never seen Smosh. I had no idea who she was before Black Friday, but I fell in love with her voice. I love her kind of raspy voice so much. And John, I'm a big fan of as well. I actually met him once at Disneyland, and he was so sweet. And I just kind of was like, I'm so sorry. I would see celebrities all the time, and I would never say anything. But for him, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just have to say, like, I'm a huge fan. And he was so, like, shocked and so sweet. But I do have to say, because I always say this about him, and so it must be said, that dude looks like Dave Foley. Does no one else think that guy looks like Dave Foley from, like, Kids in the Hall and, what else, Blast from the Past and a bunch of other movies? But, like, look up Dave Foley. Maybe not now, but, like, younger him. Like, during news radio. He looks like Dave Foley to me.
Stepmother, sir! I'll not have it said I squeezed out this creature. Leave the shop, child. I want to be in it.
Yes, stepmother.
Wait by the cart, Ella. And if those flighty little feet of yours wander off again, I may have to remove them. You do have a bone saw, don't you, Butcher?
That I do, Mum.
Yes. Forgive my stepdaughter, she's a slobbering lunatic. Now I believe you have something for me?
Prepared to your specifications, Mum, but here's the thing about meat. If you don't salt it or chill it, it's gonna go rotten. And I don't mean to question my betters, Mum, but look here. It's furry and foul and full of maggots.
Yes. Wonderful work. You are an artist.
I can't tell you this, Mum. I got a reputation to maintain.
As do I.
Now it is becoming Ugly Stepsister. There are a lot of maggots in that movie. Oh, and tapeworms. Oh, God, that movie was rough. Oh, it was so gross. No. All right, focus. No. That's one that I'll never watch again. It takes a lot to affect me. I don't like bugs, and I don't like tapeworms. Let's focus on this.
Which is why I trust this transaction will remain confidential.
But, Mum...
Shh. You've taken such care handling my meat. Seems only fair I handle yours. No. Perhaps you have a plump sausage for me to stuff?
All right, shop's closed. Let's make this quick. My wife will be here any minute.
Oh, it won't take long, will it, you filthy pig?
Okay.
In the square, the townsfolk dared not meet poor Ella's gaze. They had heard the rumors of the mad maid and the hex that hung over her like a mist on the marsh.
That's so interesting. They made it so everyone thinks she's insane. Well, that's so sad. I mean, like, she was always... I don't know if that's from the original. I don't know. So I'll just blanket say that for everything. But, you know, she's always been kept inside and kept secluded. But the fact that even when she can go to market and she can go out into the world, that whether it was the stepmother, whoever, has made it so that even if she's in a group of people, she's still completely alone, is so sad. And everyone, like, it's not just abuse in her home, but everyone where she lives looks at her like she's nothing and disgusting. Not less than that, like she's disgusting. God, that's so sad.
Oh, excuse me, milady. Oh, stay away. I don't want to catch what you've got. Oh, milady, help a woman in need? Mayhaps I could spare a copper or two. Don't bandy words with a curseling, Margaret. She'll bring us bad luck.
Hi. What? Where'd you come from? Did we steal her from Shipwrecked? Okay. I'm a big fan of, like, Edgar Allan Poe Murder Mystery Dinner Party for Friends. I know she's from that. Oh, and she's done some stuff with some of the Tin Can Bros. They had that shitty Broadway show or something like that. I've seen clips of. She did that great performance that was, Waitress meets Sweeney Todd. It was so good. It was what baking can do, but as Mrs. Lovett. So good. What's her name? It's like Mary Kate... Oh, it's like Mary Kate Wiles or something. She's married to that, the guy who played Edgar Allan Poe, who kind of looks like a baby semi-David Tennant. But, surprise! Cool! I hope she sings, because I love her voice.
Sir Preston, I remember you. You knew my father.
Oh, God, Zella, what's become of you?
I know how I look, how I smell. You think I want this? They want me to stink. Sweet scents offend them, crinkles their noses. They only have love for grave worms and mold and things that grow in the dark.
Ella, I think it's best we find your mother.
She's not my mother. She's not even human.
A little help
No,
here.
I'm sorry. I just need you to believe what I'm saying. She's wearing someone else's skin.
No.
Can't you see it? The seam on the back of her neck. Why can't anyone else see it?
Is that legit? Oh my god, that's crazy. If all of them are monsters and poor thing is just like living with a bunch of monsters, no one believes her. Oh, that's crushing.
Has the world gone mad?
This is an interesting quiz.
Just you.
Oh.
Cinderella, Ella, was she down on her luck? Or did witchcraft hang her head low? The towny folks, they won't get close, her hair matted down. They prefer that she's locked in a home. Fresh as a daisy, mysterious ways. Ever since Mom and Dad left this plane. Stark-raving lady, reclusive her days. Was she hearing all that they say? Cursed or crazy, you know you don't wanna know it. If life is a burden, you know that you've been burnt or shady. Sanity out of the picture, whether you want it or not, or you are cursed crazy. Cinderella, Ella, why she covered in filth? It's the remnants of the house of ash. The guilt she's got, she's over on that paranoid look. Like the town is talking behind her back.
I always forget her name. Darn it. She's so gorgeous. And her voice is fantastic. Apologies. I always forget her name. And his name too. This is the newer people. I sometimes forget their names. He's also a great dancer. But, oh my gosh, like, Cinderella was sad enough, gang. You didn't have to make it worse. I'm into it, but you didn't have to make it worse. The vibe seems very... This song, the kind of, like, it sounds a little like fantasy meets almost like, I don't want to say Nine Inch Nails, but it's got that kind of industrial slight vibe to it, kind of like mid-90s. Like it's musical theater and Ren Fair and fantasy, but with just like sprinkles of grunge. It's like the rock's not there, but I hope this makes sense. It's feeling all the tone, the lighting, even like the set design right there, it's feeling specifically very 80s dark fantasy. Stuff like Labyrinth or Return to Oz or Dark Crystal. Which is interesting because I don't know much about it, but what I have heard is some people saying that they did not love this show. I don't know, I didn't hear why, but I just heard that like there were a lot of mixed feelings on this show. And I wonder if maybe just like the music didn't vibe with them, or they just don't like that tone, or if they're younger, they maybe aren't familiar with that tone. I mean, I'm not familiar with all of it. I haven't seen Dark Crystal or anything because the puppets, I love puppets, but some of those ones look freaky. The Gelflings look terrifying. Their skin is weird. Anyway.
Start raving manic, lock her away.
Destined to join her mother at the stake.
Weird and eccentric, completely estranged.
Her stepmother must be a centaur.
Cursed crazy, you know you don't wanna know it. When fighting your demons alone, you know you're fucked or faded. Destiny couldn't be sicker, whether you want it or not, or you are
Cursed crazy, tattered and mangy, shell of my former self.
Oh, you are.
It seems lately, just maybe, the outer world is a spell. Cinderella, Ella, is she so fucking nuts that chivalry is all but dead? I'm a ghastly sight, but gas delights these skin-wearing crooks. Is it too much just to lend her a hand?
Verging on panic, a cat that is strayed. Give it some milk, it'll never tame. So damn dramatic, completely insane. Look at the town she's left in her wake. Cursed and crazy,
You know you don't want
now we have a light show. Oh, fascinating. Now it's a little dance party. Oh God, her voice is pretty. I wouldn't mind seeing her play a Eurydice. I think she'd be a good Eurydice. I'm just saying. There's the Pantages right there. You're in LA. Go for it.
You know you stop with the stigma, whether you want it or not. Your life is not what you pictured. Bedlam is all that you got when you've been backstabbed lately.
Your bloodlines couldn't be faker, whether you want it or not, or you
Cursed crazy.
She'd be a good Eurydice. Jeff would be a great Mark. I'm not a big Ren fan, but he'd be a good Mark. Joey would be a great, honestly, Seymour in Little Shop.
Please, will no one help me?
Toss her in the river for a bath. That is all the help she deserves.
No, please,
Yes.
please, no!
Good job.
Well done. The best we did.
Poor Ella.
We humiliated that poor girl.
Poor Ella. But hark! What approaches from yonder way?
I'm trying to figure out what, like, all this stuff in here looks like trash. I suppose it's gonna come in to play later, but it's just a really interesting thing to have going on in the background.